Honey, the Biden administration is about to take a hit, honey. Let me tell you something. My name is Eve the Weed. Please like, share, and subscribe, honey. I just got the inside scoop, honey. I keep trying to tell you, my phone goes off, honey. Let's get into it.
Right here. All right, well, I want to thank everyone for coming out today. Today we're going to provide you with something that you all aren't used to with respect to congressional investigations, and that's evidence. Committee Republicans have spoken with multiple whistleblowers from numerous schemes involving the Biden family, reviewed Hunter Biden's laptop, and received documents of previously unknown transactions. What we found are business plans aimed at targets around the world based on influence peddling, including with people closely tied to foreign governments like China and Russia. We also found plans based in the United States where the Biden family swindled investors of hundreds of thousands of dollars, all with Joe Biden's participation and knowledge. In 2019, shortly after announcing his campaign for president, Joe Biden told the American people he had nothing to do with and never had conversations with his family about their business dealings. That was a lie. Whistleblowers describe President Biden as chairman of the board for these businesses. He personally participated in meetings and phone calls. Documents show that he was a partner with access to an office. To be clear, Joe Biden is the big guy. This evidence raises troubling questions about whether President Biden is a national security risk and about whether he is compromised by foreign governments. Despite the president's claim that he wasn't involved in Biden family business schemes, these photos show Joe Biden meeting with his family associates while vice president. Four different pictures. Committee Republicans have identified over 50 countries the Biden family sought businesses in. On the international side of the Biden family business, the deals were often led by Hunter Biden. And that map there behind Clay shows all the countries where the Bidens had a footprint in international business dealings. The investigation reveals a family that engaged with some of America's most powerful adversaries, planning to sell one of the largest sources of cobalt for electric vehicles in the world to the Chinese, for example. The Bidens flourished and became millionaires by simply offering access to the family. Among the dozens of shell companies the Bidens set up, there were millions of dollars of wire transfers, flights on Air Force Two to conduct personal business, and meetings with heads of state, all while Joe Biden was aware of what was happening. All the while, he turned a blind eye. Many transactions related to these businesses have raised red flags at U.S. banks. A suspicious activity report, or SAR, is a document a bank must file with the Treasury Department when a transaction is suspected to be related to money laundering or fraud or other types of criminal activity. According to media reports, the Biden family accumulated over 150 SARs. One SAR generated by an American bank to the Treasury Department connects Hunter Biden and his business associates to international human trafficking, among other illegal activities. The money that was being made from foreign principals in the same room as Joe Biden was increasingly spent on furthering illegal activity. The SARs show that Hunter Biden was conducting business with suspected human traffickers. The money gained through influence peddling was funneled to a suspected criminal enterprise, again, one linked to human trafficking.
Now, what they trying to say is that this all happened, and it's still happening, but this all happened underneath the Obama administration. Notice how he said it started when he was vice president, and his son is into it, and his other family into it, and they just into cahoots, honey. This is a whole situation, honey. This is in chaos, honey. White House down. That's what it is. This is a situation. Now, remember when all those kids in Washington came up missing? Allegedly. It ain't no alleged. You look it up. Go Google it. A lot of kids came up missing, and they never found those kids, right? They never found those kids. And if you go look it up, I never really heard no update about those kids. And that happened in Washington, D.C. And I'm kind of thinking it happened underneath the Obama administration. But let's listen in, honey, because this get ready to get deep.
We have repeatedly called on the Biden Treasury Department to release additional financial documents to committee Republicans, but thus far Treasury has refused. We want to know what the Biden administration is trying to hide from the American people and why they are not being transparent. We also found evidence Hunter Biden sought to evade these SARs using his financial advisor, coincidentally a Clinton administration official. We will continue to pursue all evidence, and specifically the SARs and bank records in the new Congress. As part of our investigation.
Now you notice how he said the Clintons, right? And he was like real funny when he said it. Because you know the Clintons' name allegedly was on that list with that man Epstein. And you already know what he was doing over there on the island. And my thing is, though, they said the Clintons is mixed up into a lot of situations back in the day and all this stuff. So this is why he bring up the Clintons, and the way he said it is the way he said it. Now, there's a lot of little things that's about to unfold here, and we're going to break it down even more. Let's continue.
Investigation, we have evidence that the finances, credit cards, and bank accounts of Hunter and Joe Biden were commingled, if not shared. And on some accounts at least, red flags were raised by banks to the account owner or owners indicating suspicious or illegal activity. One of Hunter's closest associates, Eric Sherwin, was accessing Joe Biden's money and writing checks to reimburse Hunter. Sherwin arranged the Biden's international deals around the world. At the same time, he was a frequent visitor to the White House, and Joe Biden during the Obama administration, visiting close to 30 times, and sometimes with international business partners and Hunter, according to Hunter's calendar. Sherwin was also the president of Hunter's company and was appointed by President Obama to a position in the administration. After an apparent falling out with Sherwin, Hunter began coordinating business himself, and increasingly the deals brought in Joe Biden as a direct equity holder. One of these deals involves the sale of American natural gas to China. Evidence suggests Joe Biden had a 10% equity stake through his son. And behind Glenn and Andrew is a map from Hunter's laptop. This was a PowerPoint presentation on his laptop in Chinese that they used in working with the Chinese. Now, let's think about this for a second. At a time when Americans are suffering from high energy prices because of this administration's terrible energy policy, we find evidence that Hunter Biden and Joe Biden were involved in a scheme to try to get China to buy liquefied natural gas, and from a whistleblower to try to get their foot in the door with China starting to purchase an interest in natural gas drillers. Now, people are in outrage over China.
Now, you see how I don't find it surprising that this news dropped today, which is Monday, because Tuesday, which is tomorrow, your former president, number 45 over there, Trump, is supposed to be arrested. And y'all want to sit up there and say somebody's in cahoots. This is the same person that didn't want to even take his taxes and show that you know how much money he made. So you talking about hiding something? Baby, Biden is not the only one hiding something. I just find it strange that this evidence all of a sudden today dropped right before Trump goes to get, fingerprinted, even though they said he's going to get, fingerprinted and arrested. I believe it when I see it, because they said he was impeached and he still was the president. I didn't understand it. Now, they said that everybody was on that list. Donald Trump was homeboy's best friend, over there in Monica. Yeah, over there. So if everybody was on that Epstein list and everybody was on those jets and everything, everybody was on a plane, everybody was doing what they wanted to do. Now I find it funny because Trump is supposed to be running for presidency. My thing is with him running for presidency and being locked up, right, allegedly, how is he running for 2024 election? I find that to be funny. And it comes right after Joe Biden already said that he's running for election. I want to know what Kamala Harris got to say. I want to know what Joe Biden got to say. Because you already know the Republicans got a whole lot to say. You see how he brought it up and gave us the whole tea. Usually hear how he because they gas prices and inflation and then Republicans and hear how he gave it all up. You see how he gave it up, right? So what do y'all think, YouTube? What does this have? What type of impact do you think this is going to have for the election? What type of impact do you think this is going to have on the Obama administration and the Joe Biden administration? Because you know how they got to loop somebody in there, that's black. They got to loop him in the Obama administration. They got to loop him all up in the loop. But tell me how you feel about it, YouTube. Honey, it's just a lot going on this Monday, child. My name is Eve the Weed. Please like, share, subscribe. I got to go, YouTube. Later.